It was day 2 of the AI summit in New Delhi today. A short while back, Prime Minister Modi gave an interview. He spoke with Indian news agency ANI. He spoke about the AI summit and his expectations. He spelled out his government's priorities on artificial intelligence. He has set an ambitious target. He wants India to be among the top 3 AI superpowers. Let me quote from the interview. This is what the Indian Prime Minister said. "My vision is that India should be among the top 3 AI superpowers globally, not just in the consumption of AI, but in creation. Our AI models will be deployed worldwide, serving billions in their native languages. Our AI startups will be valued in hundreds of billions, creating millions of high-quality jobs." Like I said, this is an ambitious goal, and it requires some serious investment. And that's what day 2 of the AI summit was all about. The big headline number is $200 billion. 200 billion. That's how much India is expecting in AI investments in the next 2 years. This announcement was made by Ashwini Vaishnav. He is the Minister for Electronics and IT.
Constant endeavor that we are making. About investment is coming in all the 5 layers of AI stack. We are also seeing huge investment interest in the infra layer and the energy layer. So far, whatever investment commitments we have seen, looks like in the coming 2 years, we should be seeing more than $200 billion worth.
$200 billion is a significant number. Where will this money come from? Most likely from the private sector. And where will this money go? And to understand that, we have to look at India's AI framework, the 5 layers that India needs to build a comprehensive AI ecosystem. 5 layers. Think of it like a building with 5 floors. Each floor has a specific job, a specific purpose. The ground floor, you could say, is energy. Every AI system runs on a lot of energy, on electricity, and massive amounts of it. So to scale AI, you need power that is affordable, reliable, and increasingly clean. Without power, nothing else works. That's the first floor. The second floor is data centers and network infrastructure. Think of this as the home and the highways of AI. Data centers store the data and operate the systems, and the networks move the data. The networks include your internet connection, your broadband connection, and the 5G services on your phone. They form the arteries of the entire ecosystem. That's the second floor. The third floor is compute. This is about chips or semiconductors. They are the muscle of the entire system. And the chips do the heavy lifting. They train the models and keep them running at scale. The fourth floor is the AI model itself. This is the brain of what we are building. It is trained on vast amounts of data. It learns to recognize patterns, and accordingly it makes predictions. And then we come to the top layer, the 5th layer. That is application. This is what you and I actually end up using. From chatbots to health diagnostic tools, platforms for farmers, and language translation apps. Basically the products that bring AI into everyday life. So these are the 5 layers where India wants to invest in. It brings me back to the question, where is the 200 billion going? Well, this money is largely going into the bottom layers. This means the infrastructure, the data centers, the compute, and the energy. India is also expecting an additional $17 billion worth of investment. This is separate from the 200 billion plan. This money will go into the deep tech and application layers, the 17 billion. So India is attracting investment not just in products, but also the foundations. And leading global players are making aggressive moves in this direction. Companies like OpenAI and Anthropic are expanding operations in India. OpenAI is the company behind ChatGPT. It already has a presence in India. Yesterday, Anthropic joined the club. It is setting up an office in Bengaluru. And this is not just about buying office space. These firms are basically courting major Indian companies, developers, and even government agencies. Google and Meta are expanding their data centers in India. Anthropic has embedded its Claude platform into prominent Indian companies. Reports say Air India is using Claude to create custom software. Cognizant is deploying the agent to its workforce globally. They want to modernize legacy systems. Anthropic will also work with Infosys, which is one of India's leading tech companies. Together, they will develop custom AI agents tailored for specific industries like telecom and financial services. Now, these are all major partnerships. Their goal is to reshape how large organizations function. And they signal a new and emerging trend. Earlier, the world's biggest tech players only saw India as a market, only as a market. Today, they see India as a partner to build with. That is the shift. But India should not rely only on foreign models, because there is a gap in the current landscape. While Western models have the technological edge, they lack local customization. India has 22 official languages, hundreds of dialects, and a vast population that does not communicate in English. This is a problem that global giants are yet to solve. Some Indian developers are trying to address this. They too are making their presence felt in this summit. This week, two major domestic offerings will be unveiled. The first is Bharat Gen. Bharat Gen is a government-backed initiative. It will unveil Param 2, which is an AI model. It was built using research from India's top engineering institutions. Reports say this model is trained to support all 22 Indian languages. So that's Bharat Gen for you. The second is Sarvam AI. It is backed by leading global investors like Lightspeed Venture Partners and Khosla Ventures. Sarvam is also unveiling an AI model this week. Reports say it will be built for Indian languages, not just text, but also voice. And both these projects are ambitious. Their goal is to bring low-cost AI to a vast population and to create transformation across classrooms, clinics, and crop fields. The summit's final 2 days will see the maximum action. That's the 19th and 20th of February. French President Macron will deliver the keynote address, followed by an address by Prime Minister Modi. So expect more announcements in the days ahead. This is the biggest summit of its kind. On day one, its scale became its challenge too. There was chaos at the venue. Over 250,000 people registered to attend. This far exceeded the venue's capacity, so new registrations had to be stopped. Minister Ashwini Vaishnav apologized for the disruptions today. He assured participants of better arrangements in the days ahead. We will be tracking the updates for you.